Welcome to the show, everyone. Woohoo! I am so excited because I have Michael Henderson on the show with me today, and I got to tell you, every day is a Medicare day, especially right now.
It is.
Tell everybody a little bit about what's going on in your world.
So much and so little at
the
same time.
Wow. Well, we got to get that happening.
We got we're going into annual enrollment. So October 1st, we were able to start kind of talking about plans for people and meeting with people, and then October 15th, annual enrollment actually starts. So that's when, this is the time of year where it's crazy.
It is crazy for the seniors. They got to have something crazy.
Got to have something to do.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. You know, we're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show later on. Every time you come on the show, you've been very, very, first of all, I got to tell you something about Michael. He is your seniors advocate. You truly, truly are. All you want to do is educate people. That's something that you do all the time. And one of the things that you say every single time you come on, and it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that people really need to call somebody local. Please do not call the 800 numbers.
Yeah, it's this time of year is especially bad. Last week I had 5, I'm not even eligible for Medicare. I had 5 phone calls from call centers trying to see if I was on Medicare. So it's a very busy time for our Medicare eligible folks, our seniors as well, because they're taking these phone calls, and you got to be careful. I think you need to talk to somebody local. You need to talk with somebody that knows the networks of doctors, that knows the hospital networks, and knows the plans, not just looking at them from a computer screen in Timbuktu, Florida, or wherever.
Exactly.
So,
we've been trying to go there.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a long time. It's the local help that is really good.
Well, the other thing too is that person isn't. Well, if you have a question, you're done talking with them, and you think of a question, you're like, oh my God. When you call back,
you're not going to get the same.
You're not getting that same person.
Yeah.
Where you will when you talk with.
Yeah, if you have
Michael.
a local agent, you're gonna have that. They are gonna be your representation, your help, and it's like you said earlier. It's all about education. So, if you're on the right plan, that's great. But there's a lot of changes this year. So there's some plans going away. There's some plans with changes that you may not like. So hopefully you all have read your annual notice of change that came from your plan this year.
Every page.
Every page, yeah. Only about 5% of people read that letter, but and that way you'll have some questions and things. And some people in our market here in Maricopa County are going to get. Actually, Maricopa and Pinal County are probably going to get letters that their plan is going away for next year. So then you need to find a new plan or pick a new plan. So be aware of that as well.
Also, a lot of people will ask their neighbors, ask somebody that they know, and they'll say, oh my God, I have this great plan, I love it. But it may not be right for that person.
Yeah.
It's got to be careful there.
Well, yeah, because what are the chances that your finances may be similar to your neighbors if you live in the same IZOO neighborhood or whatever, but what are the chances your medical needs are the same? Your neighbor might have diabetes, you may be perfectly healthy, or vice versa. So, there's a plan for everybody, I always say, but you need to understand the plans and be educated on what's out there.
And what's right for you. Now, he is stressing, please read your annual notice of change. There's going to be a lot of changes. This is you're hearing it from here. Where else but on Networking Arizona?
Right.
Did you hear something like this? But,
Here
I think
first.
a lot of people are getting the wind of it because you know what? Folks, they are changing. Things are changing. And you have a chance between October 15th and December 7th to make those changes. And, even if you let's say you make a change, right?
Yeah.
And down the line you're thinking, wow, I'm not sure if I really want that. Can they call you and also?
Yep. Yeah, so the way annual enrollment works is between October 15th and December 7th, you actually can make multiple changes. The last change that goes in, the last plan that you apply for that goes in before December 7th is the one that you'd be on. Obviously, we want to avoid that because we don't want to have you be confused or anything like that. So we want to evaluate those plans ahead of time and then get you on the right plan from the start. And then you don't have to think about it. You can go through Thanksgiving. You don't have to worry about it. You can be with friends and family. So that's the goal. But yes, if there's an issue and you have something changed, yeah, there's options.
Now, you cover the entire Southwest, and you like people to call this phone number, which is 847-0701. This is a free service to you, the families out there. It
Yeah.
really just makes sense to call somebody here local, and you love what you do.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's, for me, from the very first appointment we've talked about many times, it's all
You can
been,
repeat it.
been all about education.
Repeating is good.
I repeat myself a lot. You know, it's education. It's all about education. It's never been about, I know we're insurance salespeople, quote unquote, but it's never been about the sale. It's about the education. And then the person can pick the plan that's right for them. And that way, it's something that you're engaged with, and then we've done our job of educating you to your options.
And if they are in a different area than
Mhm.
you have people that work under you
Yep.
that are little Michaels.
Yeah.
And then you they'll give them the phone number of the person that's in your area that knows what you need for you.
Yeah, so the phone number, that 480-847-0701, that's our office number in Mesa. It's 805 North Dobson Road in Mesa, Rio Salado Parkway there, or Rio Salado and Dobson, I should say. And you can come in there as well, but if you call that number, you're gonna get our office staff and, or me possibly, but we're gonna connect you with one of our agents, or if you're in the area, stop by, I might be in the office as well, we're glad to talk to you.
And if you do call, you gotta leave a message.
Yes, if we don't answer, leave us a message, because we can't call you back, there's rules against that for Medicare. We've got to have what's called permission to contact.
Call and get connected with one of his agents. That phone number again, it's 480-847-0701. It is a free service to you. If you have any questions, if you're watching television and you see those ads and you think that Joe Namath is gonna call you or he's gonna answer the phone,
Yeah.
he's not gonna do that.
I've tried to call him, he won't answer. No.
He didn't answer you?
He wouldn't even answer me.
He had questions the last time I talked to him. No, honestly, you guys were making kind of fun, but it is true that a lot of people, and let me tell you something else, you know, I've watched some of those commercials myself, and sometimes some of them sound like they're super good, and they may not be so great.
Well, the interesting about the commercials is we got to remember these plans, a lot of these plans are either state to state or sometimes county to county. They're different by county, but the ads that you see on TV, even the ads you get in the mail, they're going to talk in general terms about stuff. So they're going to say, this has changed or this has changed. The problem is that may be true in some markets or for some types of plans, but it's not true in every market or across the country. So they're a little misleading. And that's how they get people to call, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and people still do it no matter what. They
Sure.
seem to do it.
Sure.
But you know what? You're listening to this show. You're hearing us tell you right now. The best thing that you could do is call somebody local. It is a free service to you. Michael is your seniors advocate. He loves what he does. He loves educating people. And right now, there's going to be a lot of changes. So
Yep.
you're going to want to know what's right for you. Don't try and do it on your own. We've got a lot of people that go up online and try and do it on your own. Maybe you can, but now this year there's so many changes, you really might want to call
Yeah.
Michael.
There's some changes to go through, so it's just good to talk to somebody. If you've got an agent, local agent, that's great. We'd love to be that agent, but we recognize there's lots of people out there that do this. But we, definitely call an agent, call us, get connected with somebody local.
And again, that phone number to call, it's 480-847-0701. Remember, you gotta leave a message, because in Michael's world, he can't just pick up the phone and call you guys. And we're gonna talk about that too, because you're getting those phone calls as well.
Yep.
You gotta be careful. Again, it's 480-847-0701. Woohoo!
Woo!
Okay, we're still
Goal.
live in this
Oh.
room.
Or
So-
basket.
No, that was a goal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So,
good.
well, okay, so when you have people that are, I would say this, what is the number one question that you get asked?
Well, probably the number one question is, what's the best plan? Which is so
How do you answer
subjective,
that?
right?
Right.
We have to evaluate the plans based on a person's circumstances or needs, and then we can kind of narrow it down. I mean, there's just in Medicare Advantage plans here in Maricopa County, there's 70 some plans. there's less next year because some are going away. But, you know, think about that. If you're just kind of throwing a dart at the dartboard, you know, you're gonna hit a plan. And none of them are bad, but there's gonna be a plan that's gonna fit your needs better than something else.
So there's a lot of alphabets, right? And a drug plan, right?
Part D.
That is gonna be important for people to know what, because the cost of drugs just keep on going higher and higher. And I don't know what's happening, cause I'm not sure on any of it yet.
Yeah.
But you have to tell me where people have questions on that. It's probably a lot.
Well, yeah, the biggest things that we look at, just because we want somebody to have that continuity of care, we'll call it, and peace of mind, is we try to make sure that they're on an Advantage plan anyway, because there's supplement plans as well. But on an Advantage plan, we're trying to make sure that the doctors are in network, that their prescriptions are covered. So we will, if somebody wants us to compare, we'll take a list of their prescriptions and compare those prescriptions across all the plans. And that'll give us some numbers some estimates to kind of go by for the year.
How many times do you ever get a person that says to you, gee, I didn't know I could change my plan?
All the time. Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, because they don't know. Some agents don't educate people because they just want them to stay there, stay put.
Yeah.
Don't cause trouble.
Yeah, don't leave. Well, you know, that is what's really, really important too, is that people they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And they probably don't even know that someone like you exists.
There's a lot of people that don't know. I mean, I have a client, well, I met her a couple of years ago, and she works at a hospital. And she didn't even know people like us, and neither did her coworkers. Like, she got referred from one of her friends finally to me, but it's, you know, they all did it online, and she was like, I don't want to do it online, so she kept asking around.
It's gotta be complicated to try and do that.
Yeah, even for people that are in the medical field that know, kind of, you know, so it's tough.
I'm getting interested. I've lost my train of thought.
You did, yeah. We're ready to go.
So welcome back, everyone. I love when we're on a break here because woohoo, we are always talking even further because we talk to Facebook land out there when we're on a break, and I learned so much more. And you know, we've stressing this is Medicare. It's your time for anyone who is Medicare eligible, right? That's every day.
Yep.
We always say when you come on, every day is a Medicare day.
Yeah, because there's special election periods. Obviously, we do this business year round. This isn't a part-time job for us.
No.
So, but this is the time of year where all the advertisements come out. You're getting inundated with telephone calls. You probably, by the end of this next couple months, you're gonna have a stack of mail on your kitchen counter that's a foot high from all the advertisements coming out from agents and carriers and just call centers. You know, you get the colorful paper in the call center that says it looks official and it says Medicare changes, call now. But that's not coming from Medicare. That's coming from a sales department of a call center.
It's scary out there.
Yeah.
Listen, they're going to do whatever they can to reel you in.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What I love about this show is that, and I love my show because of
love
the
your show
information.
too.
I do. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Michael. But the reason why I love it so much is, number one, you get a voice. You get to have a chance to be able to talk, and people can hear you and hear. You know, first of all, you are a people person for sure.
Gotta make
And
it fun. Yeah.
make it fun, and again, love what you do, and they can hear you, and they know when they talk to you, they're gonna know who you are because they kinda already met you through the show, right?
Yeah. Hopefully they've been listening for a long time.
And they have,
Yeah.
have, because you've been on for a long time, and we have long-time listeners, and I think what's really important is the education that you always try and give to people out there every time you're on.
Yep.
And the main thing that you want to do with all of your clients is to educate them, because people make mistakes all the time. I'm going to tell you one. I know.
You made a mistake?
No, not me.
Oh,
it was
okay.
my ex-mother-in-law. No, my ex-mother-in-law. I would come to you. My ex-mother-in-law had, when it was time to go on Medicare, she was healthy, and said, I don't need the prescription part.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
need that because I'm healthy. What do I need that for?
Yep.
Well, then guess what? She went like maybe 5 years or whatever it was, I don't even know, probably more.
60%
And then
penalty.
all of a sudden,
Yep.
you know, she started getting sick and needed that, right?
Mhm.
And you know what? These people that you try and figure it out yourself. What can happen if they do something like that? They do that.
Well, first of all, you can be put on a prescription in the middle of the year by a doctor, and then some prescriptions are expensive, several $1,000s a month. So, you know, there's that part of it. But even if you didn't, if you went a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years without prescription drug coverage, credible coverage, I have to call it, then you're going to get a penalty when you do sign up. And
Yep.
that penalty's 1% per month that you went without it. So 5 years, that's 60% penalty.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and
That's
it's not a
crazy.
one-time penalty, it's the rest of your life.
It's for the rest of your life. So
So-
these are the kinds of things that can happen.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have to. You can talk with Michael. It is a free service. It
Yeah.
just makes sense.
And there's some drug plans that are, you know, you don't have to worry, if you don't take any prescriptions, that's okay. There are some drug plans out there that are no cost, or 80 cents a month or something like that. There's really low cost drug plans out there if you're not taking anything that will give you credible coverage so you can avoid that penalty in the future.
Now, when you call Michael, leave a message. His phone number is 480-847-0701. You know, we were talking also about how people are getting inundated, whether it's, you know, commercials or whether it is mail or what have you, and you might be getting even calls.
Yes.
And I want to talk about that because is it okay for people to call people out of the blue and say, are you on Medicare?
No, not licensed agents, not licensed insurance agents. The call centers are skirting that rule by having an unlicensed call center do outbound calls, and then they transfer it to the licensed agent, so it looks like an inbound call. So there's little games that are played out there, but no, the short answer to your question is no. Now, if you've put your information in online and to request Medicare information, then those get sold to call centers, and then they have permission to call. But yeah, you've got to give somebody permission to call you to talk about Medicare. If you haven't, then they have no business calling you, and call your local agent. You can just tell them you're being taken care of, call your local agent, you'll get better information locally.
And he covers the entire Southwest. So to explain how you work with people and have them under you.
Yeah, so I have an agency that we specialize in Medicare. We've been doing, I've been doing this a long time, but I've had the agency since 2013. And the whole goal of the agency was, if I can impact a couple hundred people's lives myself every year, what could I do if I can impact, if I had agents doing the same thing? Because it's all about getting the message out. It's all about making sure that people understand Medicare and they're able to have peace of mind in their finances and their health care. And so that's when I started the agency, was just realizing that I could do so much more for our community if I had other people doing this as well. So I have agents that work with us, all across, mostly in the Southwest here, but all across the country. But yeah, if you are in Prescott and you need a local agent up there, we've got a whole team up there. If you're in Tucson, it doesn't matter. We've got people that can help you out.
And his phone number is 480-847-0701. It's a free service to you. Leave a message when you call.
Yes.
And I want to also go back to the annual notice of change.
Yes.
And how important it is today for everyone to read them.
Yeah, so you've probably already received it. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan or you're on a prescription drug plan on your Medicare, you've probably received what's called an ANOC, or an annual notice of change letter, and it's from the carrier that you're on. So if you're on a company, that company will send you a letter to the mailing address they have on file, and it will line out the changes for the upcoming year. So if a copay change, they have to line that out in there. If a drug pricing change or something like that, they've got to line all that stuff out, so you know what your benefits are for the upcoming year. Some people, like I mentioned in the earlier segment, some people are going to get letters stating that their plan is no longer going to be available for 2026. Obviously, they have to pick another plan. But this is the time to do it, because we can talk about the new plans and everything, and get you on a plan that's going to fit for you.
I asked you earlier, how many people say to you, I didn't know I could even change my plan?
Yeah, we get it all the time, because
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. Medicare's not the easiest thing to understand or learn.
Mhm.
And so there's lots of election periods. This time of year, a lot of people do know that they can change plans, but they don't understand what plans can be changed and things like that. And so, yes, it's a big time of year for questions like that and everything else involving Medicare.
And the other thing that people don't know is that people like you even exist.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
You know, we do exist. I'm here.
He's live and in person.
But as I was telling you on the break, I mean, I have a client a couple years. She got referred to me a couple years ago. She works at a hospital up in Scottsdale, and her coworkers didn't even know that there were people like me out in the world to help them.
Mm-hmm.
She actually got referred from one of her other friends in the neighborhood. But yeah, and these are medical professionals. I mean, obviously they're not supposed to know that there's Medicare, but you'd think of anybody that would know, it would be a medical professional,
Mhm,
right?
right.
So yeah, we're here to help. You know, just get a good agent, get somebody that's willing to take the time to help you and talk to you, educate you on the plans, answer your questions. That's really the most important thing. Then you can make an educated decision.
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, how do you make a decision without all the information?
Oh,
right?
I think that information gives you power.
Exactly.
Right,
Yep.
and a lot of people don't realize that this year of all the years right now, there's gonna be some big changes.
Yep.
You can see them in your ANOC,
Mm-hmm.
right, you call
Yep.
it ANOC.
Annual list change, ANOC, yeah.
And when you see them, you can call Michael and say, hey, I see there's some changes and.
What do I do?
Yeah, it's scary, it can
Yeah.
be scary.
It's scary because sometimes if a plan goes away, they think there's nothing there to replace it. There's lots of plans out there, folks. There's lots of plans that look almost exactly the same. So I think that the field's just narrowing a little bit of plans, which is good. I mean, we don't need 70 Advantage plans or whatever there are in this market. We need a lot less than that. When I started in this, there was a quarter of that many plans.
Mhm.
So we can definitely take a step
Cause you
back.
look rather tired, you've been studying them all.
Do I look tired just showing in my bags under my eyes?
Well, I'm saying, because there's a lot of work when it comes to
Yeah.
learning all of this. And the thing about Michael is you can help them with all the different plans. You're not just, pushing
Yeah.
one plan.
Yeah, we work with we work with many different carriers. We can't say we represent all the plans. There are a few plans that don't go through brokers, but we do represent the plans that we can in the market, and it's a great representation of what's here and available.
He is your seniors advocate, and he absolutely loves what he does. He loves helping the seniors understand Medicare, and Medicare, there is a Medicare day every single day.
Every day.
You can call him directed at his office, which is 480-847-0701. It is a free service to you. Leave a message so he can call you back. Woohoo! Okay, he has to